Okay, we're doing this. Welcome to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley. Every year is like a unique flavor, and I guess I could sit here and wax poetically or rant, if you will, about this year. I mean, it started off just nuts with these crazy wildfires in Southern California. I went to Africa, I came back. It's been a tough 6 months since I've been back from Africa. No hyperbole, no mincing words. It's been challenging on the job front for Ben Staley and everyone in my industry, honestly. So we're gonna get into that at the end of the video, but next year's gonna be different. Let's just get right into some photos, all right? And I'll just talk about stuff that happened as I start showing you my favorite photos from 2025. I feel like I should say before we get started, this was a really unique year for me storytelling wise and photographic wise. I was putting this together and I was like, dang. I got some photos. Look, I don't know what you guys think and whatever, but I'm really happy with a lot of my photography from this year, and like some things just gelled. I had some great collaborations. I had some great experiences. So 2025 was awesome for photography for Ben. Other areas very challenging, but yeah, let's go. Enough blabbing. Get to the point, Staley. Get to the damn point. Boom! Howard. We're just gonna, these are not really in order, but kind of in order, in that Howard and Laura and I shot like January of this year, so almost a year ago. One of the first portrait shoots I did, if not the very first one. So let's go. It's kind of broken up. I put like all the portraits in the beginning. There's some stuff in the middle. At the end, we get into music land, because
I use my voice when I don't know what to say.
This was the year of Ben shooting music more than he ever has in his life. Now I'm talking about myself in the third person. This is just getting really awkward. Okay, Howard. Love this shot of Howard. What a cool dude. Actor, model, soul brother. There's Lauren, Howard's buddy, came out. I really love this portrait of her with the fur hat on. It's January, so yeah, she's got a fur coat and a fur hat. Super dope. Howard lighting up a smoke. I don't know if he actually smokes, and he had a pack of cigarettes and I had this red light, and you know, we rocked it out. Red light from Nan Light, love it. Oh yes, Dana. I've photographed Dana a whole bunch of times. Dana's a homie. Just recently was talking with Dana, and we're gonna try and do something early next year, and I'll probably get her back on the channel. I like to photograph Dana. She's one of my favorite people. She's a good soul. Yeah, she's a good soul. Another shot of Dana in black and white. Really love the mood here. Jackie Ho. Been talking to Jackie Ho about doing something again too. This is Jackie Ho downtown. Really was a successful shoot. Little swirly bokeh lens. Nan light, pavo tube, bada bing. Jackie Ho in some black and white. Love the emotion here. Paige running up in the Hollywood Hills. Both of these, boom, cut off the top of her head, but I like them. I don't know, I like it. Kind of a portrait-y shot. Action, motion blur with a flash, love it. Could be an ad. Anna, a model that I met in Vegas. I went and did some demos at a photo expo in Vegas for Nan Light and Lumix, and Anna was one of the models, and we walked around, did a little photo shoot. Pretty cool. Oh, this guy is Johnny Creative. He's a awesome portrait photographer. Met him in Vegas too. He came by the booth where we were shooting, and I was like, oh dude, I gotta shoot you. You can't screw it up when you're shooting another badass photographer. Not that I'm badass, but this guy, he's got some really lighting skills. He's got his own style. Johnny Creative. Pretty stoked about these. He was too, so that's cool. I represented. Love these. Actress and writer Sophia Dunn Walker. It's a pretty recent shoot actually. I like the emotion of this one. I shot video, but I don't think it's gonna end up on the channel, but we got some good stuff. There's Paige in my studio. Really love what I did with Paige. There's a whole video about this shoot. Oh yeah, Tracy Lynn in my studio with the GFX. One of my very favorite sessions of the year. There's another page with the GFX in my studio. Awesome. Emily V for violin. Emily's a musician. Shot her with the GFX too. This is the GFX series. I hope I shoot Emily again. She's a wild one, but I actually shot enough stuff of her in video and everything. I could make a whole video about it. Do you want to see that? Do you guys care? I don't know. Should I do that? I don't know. Emily's a lot. I hope I get a photograph of her again. Pretty dope portrait, natural light. Dang. Oh man, Sarah. One of my favorite collaborations of the year. I hope I photograph Sarah again, and it was like really hard for me to pick my favorites. I mean, it's like they're all my favorites, but I like the geometry of this shot. Man, it's so fun to just shoot someone who's so physical and just like begins moving their body in all these different ways. Sarah's amazing. Check out the video. Most of these, there's videos, you go back in the archive of my channel, you'll find videos of most of these shots. There's Sarah. Okay, I put these two together. I love these color shots, but I really love the dust in the air and the way that the sun behind her face just highlights the dust in the air, and it's like this weird magical energy. It's so cool. Oh, such a mood. All these red ones, I was like, which one do I show? I don't know, but I kind of like this one. It reminds me of like a Vargas painting, or like a, I don't know, like some kind of vintage pinup or something like that. Jenna Grimes, another one of my favorite people to shoot. This shoot is in a video, and it's actually like gotten massive numbers on my channel. Like, it continues to be very popular. It's by far the most popular model shoot on my channel, so you can check it out. We had less than an hour and just crushed it. Everything was clicking this year when I just went out with the people I went out with. I was very selective. I didn't do a ton of collab shoots, but when I did, they just clicked. It was a vibe. Jenna. Oh, love this portrait of Jenna. Some film. I don't think you guys have seen this. I had a roll of film that I shot, and I screwed up. I was gonna put this in a video maybe, but I flashed the film. It's like I was winding it, and I didn't feel any tension, and I was like, sometimes the leader on the M6, which is right here, sometimes the leader on the M6, you know, it's happened a few times. It won't catch the film, and you're shooting, and then it's actually not winding the film, and you don't have any shots. And I was towards the end, and I thought that's what had happened because I was getting no tension on the lever. So I opened it up and looked, and oh yeah, no, it was winding the film. So I flashed the film. It actually made these shots better. I love it. So you can see the light leaks coming in. I really love the black and white contrast on film where you just lose a lot of the black detail, and it's just like really crushed. For some reason, I just really like that look. Anytime that I do shots like that, I love them the most, and I feel like I need to do more of that. Like this shot, clearly underexposed, but I love it. Corey in my studio. Always love shooting Corey. Boom. Corey on film. Love the wide simplicity. Corey at the LA Zoo with the GFX. This shoot, I don't know why it's taking me so long. I have all the video of this shoot and a whole bunch of other photos, and that's gonna be up on the channel early next year. I promise. I'm gonna get that done here in the next couple weeks before the end of the year, and you'll get to see the whole shoot. But here's a couple favorites. Jenna West on film. One of my single very favorite shoots of all time. Boom. This might be my favorite shot of the whole darn thing. Okay. Here's a couple shots that I really dug from a little trip to Venice Beach, and this is the skate park at Venice Beach. These are JPEGs right out of camera, and you know, using a manual broken 35mm from Voigtlander, wide open, manually focusing. Really love these shots. Sunset, there's like a drum circle and some people dancing. Venice is rad. Okay, here's another JPEG, again with the S1R Mark II JPEG, right out of camera, Salton Sea, with a Helios lens. Check this out, and this is coming up on the channel. Boop. This is, I'm gonna do a whole video about the Helios lens, and I made this little book, so we're gonna talk about it. But I did put, I think I put some of these shots in here. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch in here. Here's this crazy sculpture. Salton Sea, Helios. Anyways, yeah, there is a bunch. I'm doing a lot of books and this book thing now, and I'm just obsessed with it. So there is a whole Helios video coming. Okay, now we are into Africa. I was in Africa for 2 months. I was in Botswana. In the Okavango Delta, it spent a month in 2 different locations, a month each. This is my head guide and fixer and all-around local badass, Vundi Kashamba. What a dope name, Vundi Kashamba. This dude is a bushman, he's a local, he's grown up in the Botswana wilds. He's forgotten more than any of us will ever know about Botswana, and I spent every day, all day with this dude. And he became a really good friend, and he taught me so much, kept me safe, kept me alive, showed me things I never would have seen with my own eyes. I took this picture one of the very first days that we were out scouting around, scouting locations, and I really like it. Vundi's awesome. Okay, here's a film picture in Africa. This is just an old trail through the savannah. Okay, and then here's another picture. I had, I don't know if you watched my M6 film video about Africa. It's back in the archives. You can go back a few months and find it. I was paddling around in a mokoro, which is what they call canoes or kayaks in Africa, in a mokoro, with Vundi. Him and I were together, and me, being the dumbass that I am, tipped over the mokoro in crocodile-infested water. Oh yeah. So tipped it over. Camera and all went underwater. The film got wet, the camera went totally underwater, and when I got the film developed, it was all whacked out. But I kind of love it. Kind of want to print these. This is a film shot while we're taking a boat to work, and I was, you know, it's like a slow shutter, it's like a half a second shutter or something. And Vundi and I are taking a boat to work for the day. Here's a film shot from New York. I did a speaking engagement in New York for a couple days at the Build Festival for B&H, and hiked around the city a lot, shot a whole bunch of film. There's a video about that. By the way, I'm not pimping out my videos, but you know, most of the cool little photo trips that I do and stuff, I do make videos about it, and that's the content for the channel. So if you haven't seen some of these and you like the pictures, you can kind of go back in the year and look at some of them. New York City is just such a rad city to do photography in, and every time I'm there doing it, I want to do it more. I want to do it right now. From the hotel room, stayed at the Knickenbocker, kind of fancy, and this is looking out the window. It's a big neon welcome sign, pretty dope. Water towers. I love the old school water towers on top of the modern building. It's kind of cool. Someone told me the first time I was in New York, which was like 2004, my friend who I was staying with told me that there's like a single family that manages all the water towers in New York. So actually I just thought of this, I'm wearing a water tower shirt. Funny, which is for the band, Water Tower. You're gonna see them later in the video. I should send them some of these pictures of water towers that I have. I never even thought of that till just now. Anyways, I like it. Trains, also love photographing trains. I don't want to give it away. I'm just really thinking about I like taking the train downtown. I've done that a couple times this year. I did it. There's a train station right down the street, and I'm like, kind of just want to do a series where I just, you know, a couple times a month take a train to downtown LA and just shoot film. Just shoot black and white film and take the train. So I don't know, I may do that. I love these are subway trains stored here inside a subway station. I just love subway stations. They seem so iconic and they're so photographic and they're noisy and hot and a little bit dangerous. They're so cool. Little motion blur. Okay, now we're getting into some music. This is the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. This is my first day at the festival. So if you watch the channel, you know I've been wanting to shoot more musicians, and I reached out to some music festivals, and Telluride Bluegrass Festival responded immediately and invited me to their festival and gave me all access credentials to shoot portraits of artists for 4 days. Gave me a camping site, hooked me up, everything. So now we're into that. And honestly, it was a highlight in my photographic career, life. I still pinch myself when I think about that opportunity, and that actually following up on that opportunity, it just spun off into so many things that are actually still developing now. So it's continuing to evolve, and I'm seeing that happen. We'll get into that, but it's really cool, you guys. This is Jason Isbell's guitar tech. I like shooting the people who are not necessarily like the famous people and, you know, up on stage. This guy's, you know, he works behind the scenes. He's tuning up Jason Isbell's guitar, and so I talked to him for a while and photographed him, and I just like this. I like this photo a lot. There's Isbell on stage. This is pretty cool. I just like the drama of it. 85mm lens. I was just actually sitting right in front and center in the VIP section, and got a bunch of good shots. I'm with her. I can't remember this gal's name, but I did photos. I did a group shot of them and shot their performance. I'm with her. I just saw this yesterday. I'm politically neutral, but you know, what is interesting, and I like to see this every year, is former President Barack Obama releases a list of like his favorite films, his favorite albums, his favorite books from the year, and it's pretty cool to see. He's got broad tastes, but one of his favorite albums was I'm with her. I really like this shot of this gal playing the fiddle back to the audience, kind of to herself, and I like how clean it is. This is one of my favorite shots from the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. This is O'Teal, bass player for this supergroup called the Toy Factory Project, and this is a close-up shot. He's not even fully in focus, like his eye isn't, his teeth are, but I like it because he's just like a dude that was like, all the other musicians were like very reserved and rehearsing, and this dude's just having a ball, and I just caught that shot, and I like it. I like it. Perfection is boring. Emotion is everything. Oh yeah, Dan Tominski. What a legend. I love these three. I think I'm gonna get these printed and put them on the wall because I love this kind of triptych of these three shots. I was standing on stage while Dan was tuning up just before his set at the festival, and I yelled at him. He's up there and he's getting his stuff dialed in, and like, hey Dan, and he turned around and gave me these three shots, boom, boom, boom. And this one, the middle one with the finger, you know, I just had the camera on autofocus, and the autofocus picked up his finger and focused on that. So these were all taken within the space of like 2 seconds or something, but they work in sequence like this. And I don't know, I'm like, I dig it. And Dan's a legend. He's a legend. Oh brother, where art thou? Man of constant sorrow. Total stone cold legend. This is a band called Green Sky Bluegrass. They were the headliner on night 2, and there was a band that played before them that didn't want to be photographed, didn't want anybody backstage. So I went back to the campground, and they had this whole bar set up, and they have these specialty drinks they make called Crunchy Frogs, and so I had one. And then I went backstage and photographed this band, and that's Sam Bush sitting in with Green Sky Bluegrass. He's a legend of music. Yeah. Anyways, I was feeling pretty good, and I think it enhanced the psychedelic nature of the band. Caleb from Caleb and Reeb, really like this dude. You know, it's like everybody was really cool at this festival, and you know, you relate to some people more than others, and some people you hit it off with. And Caleb was just, man, we just shot the shit for a while and just had a great time, and awesome dude. And so is it a special photograph? I think it's cool. I love this photo. Oh yeah, here's Vanessa of the Rainbow Girls. So she was waiting in the wings to go out and do a song with Water Tower, these guys. She was just standing there waiting to go out, waiting for her turn, and I got this shot of her, and she's just a rad human. So I love this shot. There are the Rainbow Girls, all of them. Ken Pomeroy. What a crazy, crazy talent Ken Pomeroy is. Super stoked to get to photograph Ken. She's awesome. Now, Casey Chambers, another highlight from the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. She's someone I've been a fan of for years, and I told the story in my Telluride video, so I'm not gonna beat it to death here, but Casey Chambers is epic. I love this shot because is it a particularly awesome photo? I don't know, but it's emotionally cool because she's in the middle of her show and she's turned around and saw me and gave me a big grin, which is rad. Thanks, Casey. Oh yes, this is one of my very favorite shots of the year. She's just performing the Eminem song, Lose Yourself, and just giving every ounce of herself to the song. This is just kind of a casual snap of water tower, but I really like the kind of unpolished, unposed nature of it. There's Kenny, who's the singer and kind of leader of Water Tower. And this is also one of my favorite shots of the year. Jesse, the banjo player's son, just wanted to get in on the photo. Now we are into Archival. So there was this guy, Caleb, that I met. He was actually hanging out with Water Tower at the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. Caleb's a musician. Well, I got like a DM from him a couple months ago, and he's like, "Hey Ben, it's Caleb from Telluride." And he's like, "I moved to LA and it's awesome." He's like, "I'm working at this studio. You gotta come check it out." So I'm like, okay. I went down there, reconnected with Caleb, met Colin, who runs this studio, Archival, in LA. And I've been going down there every couple weeks or so. Colin texts me and he's like, "Dude, we're having a cool show tonight. You gotta come." And so I've been going, and it's this amazing little scene with just epic musicians and epic little shows that he's curating. Honestly, it's been amazing. So these are some of my favorite shots over the last couple months. This gal is named Emily. She's a cello player, and I just like I don't know, she's just having a good time. This is in between sets, and I like this shot. Got the bass player leader. This is the very, very first night I went to Archival. Slow shutter of the drummer. This guy was playing lap steel and he was just killing it. I'm using a modern camera like a S1 Mark II, but using a bunch like this 35mm Thypoc and also a 75mm Voigtlander. So pretty much always using manual focus lenses. Except for this is a manual focus, but this is the Laowa 8 to, what is it, 8 to 15? I should know this by now. 8 to 15, yeah. I've been using this thing a bunch over the last month and a half, and there's definitely going to be a video about that coming up next year. This guy's shooting some Super 8 at Archival. Noya, I think is her name. Really cool artist out of New Zealand. I like this shot. This is only last week at Archival. They had this kind of jazz improvisational group from Brooklyn came and played their very first show ever in LA, and I got to photograph it. Oh, there's Caleb. He sat in with him on a song. Oh, here's Luya from the Good Time Campout. I talked about these shots in the Good Time Campout video. You probably saw that. If you didn't, it's a few videos back. This is an artist, Bryce Wetstein, who I've met through Water Tower, and then this other gal, Beebs, who's a artist and producer. Well, she's producing a record with Bryce. Bryce is a champion skateboarder. I went in the studio with her while she was recording her upcoming album and got a bunch of shots, shot some video too. You will probably see that in the future. This is just one shot I'm showing you. I've shot a whole bunch of Bryce. Yeah, so that's who Bryce is. This is all, again, some stuff that spun off because of the Telluride Bluegrass Festival. This is actually only last week, Dirt Wire. I love shooting Dirt Wire every time they come through. They played at Pappy and Harriet's out in the desert, which is out in Pioneer Town in Joshua Tree. Went there with Azure, my daughter, and we watched Dirt Wire. Always amazing. Now that brings me to the Vans Warp Tour. So yes, because of Telluride, I met Water Tower. Water Tower introduced me to Beebs. Beebs curates the unplugged stage at the Warp Tour. So she met me, liked the photography, and invited me to come photograph the unplugged stage at Vans Warp Tour. There's actually going to be a whole video about this coming up on the channel because I have a lot of work to show, and I made this whole book about it. I'm going to show you a few photos here, but only a few. Oh look, here's Bryce. Bryce was there. Bryce played the unplugged stage. You just saw Bryce. So yeah, I've got a lot of work in this book to show you. Look at this dude. Let's just show you a few select shots for now. These are some of my very favorites. Warp Tour, look at this dude with the mohawk. I mean, I had to photograph that dude, come on. I don't usually snipe photos of people in public, but I could not resist with this dude. How badass is he? There's John from Water Tower walking in. This band gave me a ride to the venue in the morning, so they picked me up at my hotel, and I showed up with them every day. And we would get to the venue. It's like this huge stadium. There's 7 stages all around, and you know, there would be like 80,000 people there for the whole festival. But we'd get there in the morning, and it's basically empty, like virtually empty, except for a few bands and workers and things. And so you walk around, and it's pretty cool. So this is John walking in, carrying his mandolin. I think he's John's the mandolin player. One of the bands. This is from backstage, behind the stage. This is an artist, Dan Kelly. Got a portrait of him. There's Dan performing. There's Jesse playing banjo, Jesse from Water Tower. Met him in Telluride. There's Bryce. I like this artist. I like the emotion and being close and just getting these, just different looks and things from the artist. I love this shot. There's Tommy from Water Tower. Jesse. This is during their set, which was pretty banging. Okay, here's Water Tower. Their kind of green room for the festival was just at it was basically one of the VIP rooms at this big empty stadium that was in this complex where the festival was. And so we're there in the morning and the whole stadium is empty. And I'm like, come on, dudes, let's get some shots. It's a football stadium. You can see there's like the 50-yard line. And so I set them all up there. Really dig this stuff. Here they are walking in the morning, carrying instruments. There's Bryce. There's an artist named Cooley Ranks. And with the fisheye. This is an artist called Myverse. This is the very first morning. I didn't actually know she was an artist. She was just hanging out and people were starting to filter in and she was hanging out outside the stage and I just went up to her because she had this hoodie on and I'm like, hey, can I take your portrait? And she's like, oh yeah, I'm Myverse. I'm performing pretty soon. And I'm like, dope. There she is performing. Myverse is one of the top female battle rappers in the world. Incredible. Anyways, I'm gonna do a whole Warped Tour video. You're gonna see a whole bunch of music and a whole bunch of shots. Another portrait of Myverse. How can you not photograph this lady? She's awesome. I love this shot from behind the stage. One of the bands just hanging out afterwards and signing autographs. The cool thing about the Unplugged stage is there's like no barricade, so there's no separation between the artists and the audience. So it's very intimate. And you know, some of the artists were really cool and they would just hang out and mingle with the fans and sign autographs, and that's what's happening here. Someone's holding up a shoe they want signed and it says, music saves lives. I love it, I love it. Oh, there's Kenny from Water Tower with this clown. This is Water Tower's set, pretty rockin'. Okay, This is a band, this is now we're at the very end. The very last night, you know, there's like 7 stages going on. I had to stay at the unplugged stage, which is the smallest stage. Honestly, it's the one I wanted to be at anyways, but I did want to see some of the big stages. They had some really big bands there. Loud punk rock bands. So the very last night, the unplugged stage got done before the other bands. And so Kenny from Water Tower was like, Ben, let's go and check out this other band. They are the only band here that is similar to us, meaning they play acoustic instruments and stuff. They're not like a loud punk rock band. They're a loud band, but anyway, so we went over and hiked over to this other stage, went backstage, we're hanging out. I'll show a bunch of this work in the full video, but I'll show you a couple shots here. This band blew me away. They're called Amigo the Devil. They're in the end of this book. We were there for like 5 minutes and I'm just backstage at the wings of the stage shooting some shots. This is one of my favorite shots of the entire year. This dude rocked. Love this shot. So later we were up at Artist Catering and I turn around and this dude is getting some food, so I went up and talked to him. Got his email address, sent him the shots. His name's Danny. His band is super dope. I'll tell more of the story when I do the full video. One of my very favorite shots of the year. So that's it. That's pretty much my year in review, guys. And like I said, it's been an amazing year photographically. Professionally, it's been very tough as I've seen my TV business sort of continue to contract for a lot of different reasons. But you know, I've stayed strong, I've stayed focused, I've stayed positive, and I've just kept grinding away, trying to find new opportunities, trying to find work. I do have a pretty big project that is starting at the beginning of the year. I'm beyond excited. And I'm very hopeful. So it's going to be a little bit of a shift for me. It's going to take a lot of my attention for a while. You know, I think for the last half of this year, I've had 5 or 6 videos a month. So I've done more videos this year in like per capita in the course of the year than I have any other year since having the channel. Just because I haven't had a ton of professional work. I've had a long periods of downtime. Well, now I have a big project coming up. It's actually good for the channel because I'm gonna have less free time, but I won't need to spend a lot of time looking for work as you do when you are a freelance filmmaker, freelance storyteller. I have a job now, and in my free time, I'm gonna devote it to the channel. So I think I will have slightly less videos, but I think they'll be a little more focused. They're gonna be a little more what I wanna make, which is what I do anyways. But I don't have to waste time trying to drum up freelance work. I don't have to do that anymore. So. There'll be less videos, but they'll be more high quality. And I'm excited about that. This last year has been amazing for the channel. It almost doubled in subscribers. Like, it's been around for 5 years, and then this one last year, things doubled, which is crazy. In surprising ways. You guys really responded to videos that I personally really like making, but I didn't expect initially for people to respond to. I didn't make them for the algorithm. I am typically and historically have not been an algorithm darling, but this year it all worked out. So those of you that have been diehards from the beginning, look, I appreciate y'all more than I can say. And there's a whole ton of new people, like almost 17,000 new subscribers this year. So for me, that's a lot in my humble little channel. I appreciate y'all, I really do. And now that I'm going to be a little more focused in my life moving forward for the foreseeable future. That's good for the channel. It's good for me. And I think it's going to be good for y'all as diehard viewers. So I'm so excited and inspired and grateful and hopeful for the coming year. I think my lesson from 2025 really that I'm taking away, y'all can take your own lessons. Look, we're all fighting our own dragons. We're all struggling in our own ways. We're all achieving things in our own ways. My takeaway from this last year was really just bet on yourself. And I did bet on myself. I made a whole video about it actually, but I bet on myself just going to Telluride on my own dime. I thought I would have supporters to kind of support me with like a social media project or something. Some camera companies, some equipment companies, and they ultimately just decided not to support me. And I did it anyways. And that choice, They were just monumental experiences, just experiences in my life. But beyond that, they continue to unfold and unfurl and blossom and provide, and the world is opening with new relationships, new opportunities. And so my big lesson is like, be kind, be humble, bet on yourself, and keep grinding, keep working every day. Don't stop. Even when it's hard, even when no one's returning your phone calls, no one wants to support you, no one's replying to your emails, keep going at it. Keep grinding. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself and do the work you need to do. All right. Well, thanks for sticking with me. I think that's enough blabbing for today. Get out there and make something, you guys. We'll see you next year. That's a wrap.